Hello, everyone. Welcome to another session of Dorchester School District 2 Live Professional Development. It's 3 o'clock and it's time for our next session. Today we'll be featuring Microsoft Teams chat features. Yesterday we focused on those virtual meetings. Today we're going to drill down a little bit deeper and talk about chat features. Today's session, that Teams app supports communication and collaboration between both one-on-one and in groups. Presenter will demonstrate how to start a chat, add files, and collaborate on documents, and complete audio and video calls. All Dorchester 2 staff that have a district email address will benefit from this session. For our live PD today, this is our live PD team, lead presenter, Anna Musselman, co-presenter, Lisa West, our producer, Jen Fairburn, and our Q&A moderators, Amy Rossi, Patrick Dunn, and Jen Veloso. Thank you to all of you for participating today and offering this session. For the attendee experience, no microphone or webcam is needed. Only presenters share audio and video. If you'd like to ask a question, use the Q&A feature to ask questions. The moderators will be reviewing during the session and will respond. If there's a particular question they're unable to answer, they may save it for our featured presenter. How do you get those credits? Everybody always wants to know, when am I going to get my ERO credit? Please be sure you are signed in to your device. Your login identifies you and allows us to easily award tech and renewal credit. By joining the live PD, you automatically register an ERO. Everyone today is going to earn 1 hour of both technology proficiency credit and 1 hour of renewal credit. You should receive that credit in ERO within 48 hours of the completion of the webinar. If you don't have that in ERO, you don't see that credit show up for whatever reason, please contact your site ITS or Shelley Bostwick about receiving credit. Just give us about 48 hours to get that in. Don't forget, you can always check out DD2 Online PD. You can join the DD2 Online Microsoft team that's available, and you can watch live professional development recordings of any previous sessions. Everyone always asks us, are you going to record this? I can't make it today. Absolutely. We always record these and they're available for you to watch anytime. Just visit your Microsoft Teams and select DD2 Microsoft Online PD team. You can enjoy these anytime and anywhere you have access to the internet. Remember that the quality of streaming and audio may vary, so it depends on your internet connection. Make sure you have a great Wi-Fi signal or you're using a hardline connection. And today, just like every time, all session participants are registered to win a $10 gift card. Yesterday, I forgot to do it at the very end and everybody emailed me, you forgot to say who won. Yesterday, it was Erin from Joe Pye Elementary School. She won that $10 gift card to Amazon. Congrats to you for participating. And our big winner who participated in all 3 sessions last week was Arthur Ellis. He's from Ashley Ridge High School and he won a $25 gift card. Arthur, I'm going to be reaching out to you today. Hopefully you're watching again. If you attend all 3 sessions, your name goes in a special drawing and you might win that gift card as well. So keep participating each day. We're so excited that you're here. The live PD session is just about to begin. We again want to welcome our featured presenter, Anna Musselman, who will be featuring Microsoft Teams and chat features. Anna, we're ready for you when you are.
Thank you, Shelley. Lovely, lovely. Let me go ahead and share my screen. Good afternoon, everybody. Yes, I am sure. Okay. So let's go ahead and start on Teams. Here we are. This is where I want to be. Okay, so today's lesson is on chat feature with Teams. If you were here in yesterday's PD, then you're going to be having a little bit of overlap. There'll be kind of some things that were available when we did the meetings and some that are available in chat. So if you're here yesterday, it might be a review for you. If you're new, it'll be all new. So let's start with what chat is. You'll find it over here on this menu on the left. It's the chat button right here. You can think of this sort of as an instant messaging app. This is you and one other person. Could be more than that. We'll get to that in a moment. But it's going to be like an instant messaging app. It's just between you and another person or you and a small group. So if I come here, you'll be able to see these are all my lists. Oh, and here's my chat. You'll see a list of all my previous chats and an ongoing one here. This is teacher to teacher. This was just me and Lisa West. I had a sample one here. Here's another one, and I'll be showing you how to do all these. This is Jennifer Sauer and I were having a chat earlier today. So this is going to be one-on-one. It can also be multiple. If you want to think about that, that's sort of like, well, like a group chat. And I'm trying to think how it would be useful. I don't know that it would be useful to have a group chat with your whole 7th grade. That's probably going to be better served on a team channel. But what if you want to team up with someone that's not at your school? I can see a group chat being a good fit for, let's say, all of the Algebra 1 teachers in the district that are in 8th grade. They're usually a solo at their school, so it'd be nice to have sort of a team chat, a group chat with all the Algebra 1 teachers across the district, or perhaps all the French teachers. I can see, you know, if everybody has a French teacher, those teachers might want to have a group chat, or all the librarians that are in high school or all the elementary. So there are some good fits for a group chat so that you can each see all of your messages. So as I said, here it is over here on the left menu. I'm going to go over a couple of things here in this big list, and then we'll go into how you do this big main window. If you look over here, you can see 3 little dots. These dots give you a couple of options. I'll click on my chat for Brandy Miller. I can do a few things here. I can mark it as unread. What that does is, if you'll notice right now, I have no notifications over here. If I mark my chat with Brandy Miller as unread, it puts a little notification. That's a nice little reminder. If I need to follow up on something, I can mark it as unread. It bolds it for me so that I notice it, and it puts the notification up there in the chat. So that's a handy little reminder. To pin it means to put it at the top of your list. Again, that's a good reminder. I have to come back to this. I don't really use the add to favorite contacts. You'll see at the top here, you can put your favorites. I just usually start typing my 2 and they pop right up because I usually chat with the same people. But that is an option that you can come here and add it to favorites so you don't have to hunt for it. I'm going to ask Brandy to, well, let me unmark as read. So I'm going to mute Brandy. And you'll notice you can see her face right here. When I click mute, that stops notifications. I'm going to ask Brandy to send me a chat in just a second, or actually you can now and it can sit out there. If I'm working on something and I'm in a big group chat, let's say all the French teachers are talking back and forth and I'm Madame Foss and I'm trying to finish up the task, I could mute any chat that I like so that it does not pop up with a notification. It doesn't come up here and do a chat with a red circle. Down here on the bottom right, if you're someone that gets banners, it won't be doing a banner pop-up. So it's nice to have a mute feature so that you can just say, hold on a second, I'll get back later. Oh, I thought Brandy would give me a little text message. That's okay. So if you have the mute, you can see the bell here. The bell tells you it's on a mute, and all it does is stop your notifications. You still get texts. I would still see her message to me here, but it doesn't ping you. Oh, there she is. I'll leave her on mute. So it doesn't do any sort of notification. Okay, I'll let that type along. I'll go to another button here. Another thing that you can do is hide a chat. Really, I don't understand why you would want to hide. It just makes it go away from this list. Doesn't really, if they texted me or messaged me later, it would still show up as a notification up here in my chat. So hiding it maybe if you're going to be sharing. So a hide is there. Notify when available is awfully handy. Right now I can see that Marie Conley is busy. So if I came to Marie and I did the 3 buttons here, notify me when available, When she gets off whatever call she's on, then I will be able to see a little banner, even though I have it set for please don't give me any notifications, because I have specified notify me when Marie is available. I'll have a banner pop up that will say Marie is now available. Okay, Brandy is still on mute here, but she's texted me. I did not get a little red circle here. I got no banner as usual up here, but it's bold. So I can see that she's got a message for me. Thank you, friend. So even though she was on mute, I will unmute her here because I do want to get notifications when my instructional coach sends me a chat. When you have a group chat, there'll be one more option available. It'll say leave the chat. So if you're in a big chat with all of the math teachers and it's not really pertaining, you've switched jobs, don't know why, but you do have the option on these little 3 dots to leave a group chat. All right, so now that we're into this little list here, I think we should probably go ahead and try and do a chat. I'm going to start a new chat with someone. I'm going to come up here, and this is, if you hover over it, this is my new chat. Looks like a pencil on a piece of paper. If I come here, it gives me a 2. I'm going to type in, I want to chat with Jennifer Sauer. I'm going to thank her for this little praise here. Notice the cursor is still up here. This is going to let me add other people if I wanted to do a group chat. I'm not going to right now. I just want it with Jennifer's. Down here is where you type your message. Here's where I might have a little bit of review from yesterday. If I click in this box now, I've got options underneath. First one, Shelley showed us yesterday. If I click on the A with the pencil, I now have a formatting box. I can type anything I need. And I can modify it with this bar up here. If I really want to tell her I am checking in, I can use that kind of bold and underline. I can highlight that it's in that I am checking. So all of these options are available. I can use an increase and decrease indent. I can have a bulleted list. These 3 buttons here give me even more options. I like this horizontal rule. Sometimes if I've got 2 things I want to say, I can insert a horizontal line. And finish my thought down here. So that's a formatting box. What I did was I started a chat. I put my cursor down in the chat box and I opened up format and I can send that to her right there. So there's my horizontal line. Everything that I did in my format box shows up here, no problem. Down here, I'll put you in favorites right after this, Jen Sauer, just right after this. Next one here I have, Mr. White, you're on deck here. I have the option to do a delivery option. So if I'm typing a message here, if I click the exclamation point, you can see that normally it's a standard. It'll send whatever notification Jen Sauer has set up. It'll notify her in her feed. If she has elected to have the banner, then the banner will show up here in the bottom right-hand corner. If you're wondering how I know where the feed is and where the pop-up window is, we did a PD with Patrick Dunn on settings in Teams. I learned a lot. So if you wanted to, you could go back to that live PD stream on your live PD team, and Patrick Dunn's video will have quite a bit on that. So what I've done here is I have selected the exclamation point to decide how I want Jennifer to get my message. You'll notice down here it says urgent. The recipient is notified every 2 minutes for 20 minutes. I'm going to close that right now because I see Mr. White is texting me. I'm in my Jennifer Sauer window, busy working with her on whatever we're working on. And Mr. White is sending me a message with high urgency. So when I get that message, go ahead, Mr. White, you can send it to me now. When I'm working along in Teams, normally I don't have any banners show up. All I have is in the feed when I would like to get a notification there. So there we go. Mr. White has just sent me and it says paging urgent. Another thing to note is I will get an email saying urgent, Mr. White has texted you in Teams chat with an urgent message. So even though my notifications say I'm not interested in having that banner, an urgent message overrides my notification setup. Up here in the chat feed, oops, I floated over it. It's got that red bell to let me know he very much needs to speak with me. So these, I can clear those. I'll leave that one there. So here is Mr. White with his urgent message, and I know that it's sitting there. How did he do that? Down here under my message, it has the exclamation point. That exclamation point allows me to set whatever I would like. Important puts a red exclamation point up here, but doesn't really flag it in any other way. Okay, I'm coming back to, let's see, next on my list. Files. Actually, I'm going to come here for files. I'm texting Jennifer down in here. I'm going to let her know that I am sending her a document. Below the text box, I have a paperclip. The paperclip allows me to either go from, yes, Mr. White, I'm here. I'm doing a live event. This paperclip lets me know that I can either upload from my computer or I can upload from my OneDrive. I'm going to go from my computer. I'm going to come here. Here's my chat for live. I want this document to go into my chat with Ms. Sauer. So I select it and I click open. And it showed up right here in our chat. I'm going to clear. So now that I've responded to Mr. White, that bell should go away. Very good. So let's go back to Ms. Sauer. I've just loaded a document that I wanted to show her and so that we could work on. Not only does it put it here in the chat where I just added it with the paperclip, look up at the top of our chat. I've got a tab that says files. Anything that we have uploaded shows up here. I'm wondering if my bandwidth is a little slow because I should have gotten that Word document that was in my chat. But here are documents that I've uploaded into this chat that Jennifer and I have, and we can both work on these. If I click on this education, Discovery Education, she and I both have access to this. If I come up here to edit, it will let me know, it will give me a chance to change anything here. Jennifer can see it, Jennifer can change it. It goes to a live online doc. Okay. Next on our list, if I come back to our chat, over here next to the paperclip, I have a smiley face. The smiley face is very handy. Oh, I know why it didn't load to files. I never sent it. Okay, learning on the fly. If I send it, now it's showing up. Now it will appear in my files. There we go, using Teams. Here I've got my little emojis. When I click on this, I've got options. You can search for, I know another one. So if I want to search for one, I can, or if you leave that blank, you can just scroll through. Hovering over them shows you the animation. This one's a big hug. This one blushes. So you can insert a little emoji. If I do it like this and hit send, it's a little bit big. Or I can type it here after a word and it shows up a little smaller. So the emoji can be all by itself, a little larger, or it can be in a text message, in a chat message, and it shows up with a little emoji. The next one over here is a big one. This is called the stickers. Stickers are enormous. If I put a sticker in there, it's huge. So I'm not really sure why you would want to put a huge sticker right there. I will show you, though, some fun ones. These are arranged here by categories in no order that I can understand. But down below, I did find some that were kind of cute to sort of send a message. Bummer Bert is kind of cute. If you are just having a rough day, you've got all of these. So Bummer Bert, these are kind of cute, too. The Team Squatch. These have little messages here. They're kind of cute. Some of them you can give somebody a little wink and a high five. But I got to tell you what really floated my boat. I found the memes. Brace yourselves, everyone. So if this is again in the stickers, and these are kind of big, you have memes here. You can choose from all of these different pictures. Yeah, oops. Come back, thank you. Come down to my memes. I scroll down here. Once you click on it, you have either top caption or bottom caption or both. So I can come in here to where the top caption is. I can click done. If I like the way it looks, I can send it. I love me some memes. So you can make your own. You also have the ability to upload your own picture, and I will caution you, copyright laws do apply. So before you go zipping off to the interweb, I would like to encourage you to find your own. I have one here. So whatever you would like to put down for your little meme on your picture, that will be inserted as well. So there's your memes, which are a lot of fun. Next on my list was the calendar. This will look very familiar if you were on Shelley's training yesterday. Once I click it, it sets up a new meeting. I can add a title. My little fake meeting. It goes to Jennifer, and you know that Jennifer showing up in pink means she's busy. So I may have to move it until later on this evening. Let's have a dinner time meeting. Jennifer, I'm sure you'll be available. You are. So now I've set up a new meeting. As soon as I hit send, this will send to her Teams calendar. And I've told her she can trash that later. But now that Teams meeting shows up on my calendar as well as Jennifer Sowers. So we can both meet then. It will show up and we can click the join button, no problem. Here is a stream icon. If you've been on the online PD, you know that a lot of our videos are on the Streams app. You can paste a link here, and whoever I'm chatting with will be able to have that sent right to them, and they can click on it and see the movie that I wanted them to see. The next one over here is praise, and this is how Jennifer told me congratulations. Oops, go away, stream. There we go. So here's all the badges that are available. She sent me Achiever. I could send that she's just an awesome unicorn. And I preview it. It's only going to go to Jen. It shows up in our chat. So there are what we've just done now. There are all of the options you have down here on your new chat message. Also on the chats, don't forget when you attach a file, it's up here in files. I think that's a pretty good summation of what you can do here with the bottom area of your chat. What I'd like to do now is start a new one so that you can see what that looks like. I'm going to come up here. Remember, up here is your chat button, starting a new one. So I click that. As I said, I don't have anybody in my favorites. I would just want to start the chat. As I type Miller, we have lots of Millers. I may have to find my Miller. I happen to know the email address of my coach is Fran Miller. So if I know that, I can just type, if she's got a common last name, I can type her email truncated. So if I click this, here is our chat already started. What if oh, hang on, I did have another note. So as you can see here, I've chatted with my coach quite a bit before, so we have lots of chat messages. What if I start something with somebody new? I have not chatted yet with Mr. Gallagher. So if I click on Mr. Gallagher, it shows up we're having a new conversation, but all the same rules apply. I come down here, I start, I've got formatting, I've got attachment, I can flag it as urgent. So all the same options are available. I'm just starting a chat with him for the first time. Now what I'd like to do is show you a little bit about group chats. Everything I've shown you so far are the one-on-one. So I'm going to click my new button. I do want Miss Miller. I want to add a person. I'm going to add Miss Sauer. The three of us have never been in a chat before. So it's starting a new conversation. Oops. I can hit enter to send it, or I can hit the little arrow here that looks like a paper airplane. So now I have a chat going on with two of us, two of my guests rather. How do I know? Come up here there's a little people icon, two little people, and it shows me a 3. So I'm going to click on that. These are the 3 people in this chat. I can leave this chat. Remember, I told you earlier in a group chat, you could leave it by clicking those 3 buttons if you had a large group chat. Here, I've got my participants up here in the top corner. I can leave this chat. I can add someone, a 3rd, a 4th, a 5th, as large as I want it to be. So here is a group chat where the 3 of us can coordinate. What if I wanted to make it a special chat? I can come up here and name this chat. So this is my live PD. I save it and watch what happens to my names up here when I click save. Now my chat has a name on it. Over here in my list of chats, I can see live PD on the fly. I can see my members here. In a moment, I'm going to teach about the audio call. I could do a call with all 3 of us on there, sort of a mini meeting on the fly. You 2 are distracting me from my lesson. Keep it down out there. So that's starting a one-on-one chat. That is starting a brand new group chat, but I already actually have a group chat created. I'm going to have to search for it. I remember the name of it, so I'm going to come up here. It was called the Hensley family. Oops, hang on. Oh, there it is. Whew. Okay, so the Hensley fam helps Anna. This was like middle of last week. I was asking them to help me set that up. So I can use this. Let me tell you where I was again. Up here on the search bar, I can actually put a title. I could search later for live PD on the fly. I know that my chat from last week was called Hensley Fam Helps Anna. So I'm going to click on that and it will open that chat for me right away. So I can see everything that we've done in this Hensley Family Helps Anna. So this is going along swimmingly, but I decide, I need to have Mr. White in this one. So watch how I add a participant. And this is going to look a little different, so do pay attention. I come up and click my participants in the upper right. I'm going to add Mr. White. It asks me, I know he's T-R-Y-W. No. There's Mr. White. So I click on him. Now I have some choices. If I choose what's selected now, the don't include chat history, then he will join us, me, Miss Miller, Miss Sauer, and the 2 Hensleys. He will join all of us in a brand new chat. I won't be able to see any of these former chats, but I really do want him to see these. I want him to be on board, read up, catch up. So I'm going to include all of my chat history. If I only wanted him to see from yesterday, not the stuff we did last week, then I can include the history from the last 1 or 2 days. I get to choose. But because he's going to be on board with this for a while and going forward, we need to have all the information. I'm going to include all chat history. So when I add him, my participants changed up here in the top right. Now I can see Mr. White. I could add more people. I could leave this chat. Okay, I've got you all together. Now you're on your own. I'm not going to do that. Don't worry. But these are all the people we have in this group chat. And now I type. See that? And he can scroll up and see everything we've been doing so that he's all up to speed. So that's going to be how you add somebody to a group chat. So let me reiterate. What we did was we came up here on this. You can start a new chat with 1 person. Here's all the things that Mr. White and I have done. Or I can come up here. Oh, I just cut out Mr. White. I could come up here. I wonder if I could do this. Instead of coming up here to the search, I just went to the to button. Here's my Hensley Family Helps Anna. So that one shows up right there. There we go. Hi, Mr. White, says Mrs. Hensley. So now everybody can see everything that's happened in our group chat. So what we've done is we've started a new one, we've started a group, and we've searched for an existing group. And all of that can be done up here with this new chat button, or the search, or this little to line right here. The next thing I have on my list is how do we do an audio call? Now what we did, let's see, here's Miss West. Ms. West and I had a call earlier, a couple of times this week, to sort of sort out how we were going to show you this on our presentation today. But we learned yesterday with Shelley that if I try to show a live call, it cuts you off, and even the video gave us a little bit of trouble. So what I'm going to do is bring this over here. I took some screenshots. Sorry, trying to get back to the beginning of it. Let's see if this works. Okay, so coming up here, let me go to my first one. Here's what it looks like when you're doing an audio call. I just took screenshots of the video that we had. So when I was in a chat, or sorry, when I was starting a chat, I came up here. You can see my little mouse cursor is up on the new chat. I started a new chat and I typed in Lisa West. So normally I'd be thinking, well, shucks, I'm supposed to have a little phone up here. It's not showing. I guess I can't call her. No, really what the machine is doing here, what the app is doing is waiting to see if there's somebody else you want to add. So if I come down here and click away from this to button, oops, too far. If I come down here and click away from it, now I'm getting upset. Ah, there we go. I went too far. It's giving me weird stuff. So if I type this Lisa West's name up here, then I click away from it, it will show me the small phone icon right there. And once I click that phone icon, I'll show you that in a live one in a minute, it gives you the doo-doo-doo-doo, doo-doo-doo-doo, and it calls Lisa. And then when she picks up, the funny little halo goes away, and there she is. So now we're talking. My computer mic is working. I can turn up and down my volume here if I need to hear her. As we're talking, we have some options. What I've done right here is gotten my floating menu. If you're on the call and it looks like this and you're like, I don't have a menu, you do need to bring your mouse down here a little bit and it floats and appears right here. That way, if you move off of it, it goes away and you can see the whole screen. So what I've done here is I click participants. It shows me anybody in the call. Right now, it's just me and Lisa, but sometimes if you're in a larger meeting, you've got 6, 7 people here. The next one I'm going to show you is the chat button right here. If I open up a chat, I'll cut that off a little bit. If I open up a chat, we can see it. Again, that's helpful when you have a lot of people in one meeting. You can kind of have a running commentary or questions here. We've done that with faculty meetings that we would have it right here. The next little button over is our ellipses, which Shelley did cover yesterday in team meetings. I'll be honest, if I'm on a call with Lisa, I'm not transferring her or holding her or anything like that. I don't think I need to record, but you do have that option. So those are the 3 ellipses here at the bottom. The next one over shows the share button. And what I've done here on my next slideshow here is if I click this, I'm sharing with Lisa, so Lisa can see my screen. But what we did on the phone call was had Lisa share hers with me. When I click or when she clicks share, this button right here, up pop some options. As an ITS, I always tell my teachers, please just click desktop. Then whatever you see on your laptop is what I can see, and that's most helpful. So once you click share, you need to make a decision. I could show any one of these single windows and it would park on that window, never again to move. I don't want that. Select desktop. That's what your ITS needs to see, whatever you're looking at. So once Lisa clicked desktop on hers after trying to share it with me, this is what I saw. So as the ITS, I'm looking at my teacher's desktop. She has shared her desktop with me. We can click around. Anything she clicks on, I can see. And when we're all done, come down here to my face again. That's who she is sharing with. And there's a box with an X. Once she clicks that X, we go back to a normal phone call. Oops, show that in a minute. We go back to a normal phone call and I can see my floating menu bar. I don't see her screen anymore. This right here is your mute button. Handy if you're in a faculty meeting. And Lisa actually grabbed this screenshot. If you try to call a student, this is the message you get. Students don't have the ability to do an audio call or a video call for that matter. So the error message you get is this one. Okay, and at the very end of the phone call, all you do is click hang up and you're good to go. All right, let me move that out of the way. Get back to my list of things. Taking a look at the live picture here, this is real now. I've got Lisa up as our conversation. Here's the audio call. Let me show you the error I just had a moment ago. Oops. So if I want to have an audio call with Brandy and I click Brandy's name, you might be thinking, it's not here. I guess I can't call her. Not true. The computer's waiting for you to add another line. Click somewhere else down here in the text box, and now I can do an audio call. If you're doing this meeting or if you're doing this chat from an iPad or a phone with a computer, this icon would be lit, and you could actually do a video call. Works the exact same way as a chat, as an audio call does. We tried this. This is a sharing screen. You can share screen and chat at the same time. Do not know the value of that one. We tried it out yesterday. It's very cumbersome. It works much more smoothly if you do an audio call, because then you can share your screen and talk about what you're seeing. So that would be the two ways that I would use this to communicate: an audio call, or if you have a camera, a video call. Okay, let's take a look at notifications. I mentioned earlier that when I do my notifications, I only want the feed red circles up here. Just a quick reminder, you can change those settings up here if you click on your face or on your initials. They're going to be here in settings. Today's session is all on the chat message. So when I go to notifications, these are the ones that I have. So you can see I don't have any banners set for my messages. So I have them off. Don't worry about off. That just means it won't give me my big purple one. I do still get the, oh, Patrick might correct me on that. I have it off, but I'm pretty sure it's still, I know it does. It shows up over here because I don't want the banner to show up. So again, that was on our face or our initials, and that's in settings, notifications. And do remember that I can override these if I send an urgent message. And that was with the exclamation point down here if you're doing the notifications down in the exclamation point. Okay, trying to think if there's anything I have forgotten. Oh my goodness. Okay. All right. Lisa, I'm trying to think if there's anything on our list that I have forgotten, or if I should review anything that you have seen a lot of questions on.
Thank you so much, Anna. You've been doing a great job. And I think we've been learning a lot about chat features within Microsoft Teams and how they are different from the replies within a public post. So just to review, chats are private only between the people that were invited to the chat. Is that correct, Anna?
That is correct. So in this chat right here with the Hensley family, we have a lot of people. But you, Lisa, cannot see anything that we're chatting right here. This is only private for these 5. Tyron White can see everything because when I invited him, I gave him access to the whole chat history. I could have selected just 1 day, 2 days, or none at all. If I had selected none at all, it would start a brand new chat with the 5 of us here in a new chat with no history that's visible. So it is private. It can be as private or as open as you like. I could add someone and just keep letting them see all the history, and then none of this up here is private. This can be seen by everybody that's in this group chat. Right here with me and Brandy, or Marie was helping me earlier with the app I want to try and use in a minute. Lisa, I remember that I was going to show the Teams app. So this conversation is private just between me and Marie. If you're thinking about, well, who can see everything, over here in Teams, this general channel, everybody can see, not private at all. Massive chat, you're in it for life.
Great. And actually, Anna, I know we discussed this earlier, so if it's a good time to show people how they can kind of sort of have a chat with students within a team channel.
Oh, yes, yes, yes. Let me come up here.
Because I know students do not have access to chat, so maybe there's a workaround.
Correct. There is. Good memory. I'm glad you're sitting there with your notepad. Down here, in this is my practice sandlot with my GAP team. This would be just like one of your classroom teams. I can set up a brand new channel for just a person. So if I add a channel, I can name it. This is, and Lisa, correct me if I steer wrong. If I wanted to have a private channel, who's on my team here with Ms. DeGia? This is going to be a private channel where I can talk with this student. I don't want it standard. Is that correct, Lisa? I want it private. So because I've named it just Ms. DeGia, I'm going to have private, only the people in my team.
That is certainly one direction you could go, but one of the things we discussed with some of our very wise teammates is that you could have a channel and just meet now if somebody needed to meet at that moment using the little icon within the post.
Okay, so do I want to start a new channel? We're doing this on the fly.
I am so sorry to throw you for a loop. Now, if you just use one of your pre-existing public channels, you can click under that reply, that post
Got it, right here.
And click meet now. So if you had previous discussions, for example, with the kids and you wanted to meet about a certain topic, such as the human body, anybody who needed to learn about the human body, you could meet now. And this is a way that you could meet with one student or 10 students or your entire class at a given moment, since students do not have access to chat.
That was different than what I was thinking. What I had a teacher do, this teacher, Mr. White, actually, he has some Apex teachers that need to be able to give a document just to one student. So he has actually set up a channel for student A and put students A files for that Apex credit class in here so that student can download it. This would be an excellent way to do it as a video call or not. It would be audio. If they had video, it'd be great, but you could talk with your students here about whatever unit they're having struggles with in the human body or changes in matter. Do I understand that correctly? Good.
Yes, ma'am. Your options are just as well thought out. Yes.
Perfect. Okay. Thank you for that reminder. I am going to try and do the screen sharing. If I can make this happen. I was trying it this afternoon and it was giving me a fuss. I think I had to go to, I think I wanted the, nope. All right, Marie may have to chat me up in a minute.
First of all, Anna, let me just say how proud of you I am for trying something new on the fly in front of so many witnesses. This is awesome. If you open the Let's View app on your laptop and you also open it up on your iPhone, then they should pair, and then you have to allow for screen mirroring.
That's what I was clicking, but it wasn't giving me my computer. I'm looking at my Let's View. Now it's happy. Okay.
There you go. Great job, Anna.
So thanks. I work for praise. Okay, boom. Okay, so this is a shameless plug for the Teams app. You have to go to your app store and download Teams. It looks just like our logo when we're online. And I downloaded it here and I actually put all of my work stuff. I know some of you like to tuck them into folders. I want all of my work stuff right here. It's on my third screen. I zip over it and they're all in a row. So my Teams app right here, if I click on this, then everything that I normally see on my Teams app is here. Take my, follow my cursor over here. All of these things right here appear down here on the bottom of my app. So if I want to see the activity, I click activity down here. These are the things that you saw happen in our meeting. If I want to see my chat, I come here to this button right here. It's really weird to click it on my phone and move it over here. So here are all the chats and I can open a chat. Oh, gotta do it on my phone. I can open a chat and see everything that we've done today in that phone app. So that's pretty handy. Also, I have a formatting app that I can do everything I had done on my laptop, I can do here. Oops. Learning curve. And I can see all of my teams down here. These are the ones that I have on my main window. So if you are going to be using the app as something that you use to communicate, it's awfully handy to have the app on my phone right here. The little badge shows up just like it does over here on my chat, except I can't tell if it's chat or if it's channel activity. It just shows a 1 or a 2 or a 3. So those little red circles show up on my app just like they do here Here I can tell which one comes from who. This one just says, hey, you have activity on your Teams app. I did resist putting it on my phone, but it has proven to be pretty handy. So I do like that. Is there something else I should show you, Lisa, while I have my app up and working?
Well, when we were experimenting yesterday, I know we discovered how you can like a comment in chat while you're using your mobile app.
Okay, so if I'm going to come, actually, I know that, let's see, here we go. So if I wanted to like her thought right here, if I press and hold the I should be in a favorites, I can laugh at Brandy's comment. So I pressed here and held it and then put a laugh on Brandy's one here where she was trying to say she wanted to be in my favorites. I think that's, oh no, nope, that's Jennifer's. So I've just laughed at hers. So pressing and holding will allow you to do that. Trying to see, here's one, show you again. Oh my goodness, decline. Up here, if I click on Jennifer's message here, if I press and hold, I can love that one. Good. Oops, I don't want to minimize unless we're all set.
I think we're all set, Anna, with that part of it. Going back to the laptop view of your chats.
Okay.
Would you mind showing us how I can save a chat? Because if my left panel is filling up with dozens and dozens of chats, maybe I want to save a conversation so I can refer back to it.
A conversation or a comment, because I don't know that I can say, I mean, this conversation stays here forever, but if I want to save this from Marie, I can come over here to the three dots, whoops, come back, the three dots and save this message. Is that what you're meaning?
Yes. And if you go to your avatar, that's where you can find all of your saved messages. So you don't have to scroll endlessly through chats you've either hidden, as Ms. Musselman just pointed out, they are there forever. They do not go away. You just hide them. But perhaps you've hidden it and you've tried searching, and it just proves to be a little bit faster if you save a conversation, so to speak, so it's easy access.
So I've saved this for Marie in case I need to remember how to find this thing. Now up here on my avatar, either your initials or your face, you can see I have a saved button right here. So this would have all of my saved, and I think I have a couple, because I was testing it out how to do that either, trying to find out how to save. So these are my saved ones, and you can see, oh no, all my other ones are gone. Don't worry, come over here to chat and they'll appear. Reviewing, up here is where I can see all the ones that I have saved.
Correct. And one other handy tip that we just learned today, hot off the press for everyone, is that if you click on the ellipses for a chat message, you can also send that chat straight to Outlook, which might be handy, might be a little bit faster than copying and pasting the text. The formatting is pretty cool too.
Okay, where am I going, Lisa West? I'm on my three dots.
Go back to that little comment that Marie Connolly left right there, where she says, I have my, there we go, click on the ellipses, then choose Shared Outlook. And that's just a lovely little way to automatically send a post to a group of people through email or a conversation.
So I get to chat. Oh, it's to myself. Okay.
It's to yourself. Scroll down.
Oh no, two. Here we go. I'm going to send it to Lisa West. No.
You don't have to send it to me right now, Anna. It's okay. You guys can play with it. You see what it can do, hopefully, and just experiment. See if it works for you.
So these three ellipses, these dots, this ellipses really does give you quite a bit of handy stuff. And I know that we've done Immersive Reader when we did OneNote. It will speak out loud to you if you want it to read the text to you if you've got some vision problems. Okay, do we have anything in the Q&A? Because I know I've got 10 minutes left, and I know that Shelley might want to read our winner, so I don't want to take up any time there. They're checking the Q&A.
Yes, thank you so much for being patient. Sure. I am scrolling through our Q&A, and I believe that our moderators, Patrick and Amy and Jim Veloso, have been answering everything. And I'm not sure that I see any greatest hits today using Mark's terminology. I don't know if we have any popular questions that have come up repeatedly other than if you are signed into your device. I apologize for any misdirection in the very beginning with my announcement. If you are signed into your device and signed into your Teams account, you should appear within your account with your name so that you'll automatically receive credit for attending today's live session. We have a few folks that are still showing up as anonymous, so that might be something that they want to check within their individual device if they're using a mobile device, for example. Is anyone else on our team aware of any greatest hits questions that I might have overlooked? If so, feel free to speak up. Oh, we have one. Can you please show how to delete messages, Anna? How do I delete messages?
Okay, so this is one that I sent to Jen. If I come over here again to the chat, whoops, go away. Let's go up to a spoken one. Maybe that'll be, nope, that won't work. All right, here we go, Mr. White. All right, so if I don't want this message of mine showing, if I do the 3 dots, save it, I can edit it. Oh, that's also handy. If you're fast, you can edit a misspelling or change something that you had typed wrong. But here is the delete. Now on my section, I'm looking at this from my view. This just says you've deleted a message. From Mr. White's view, correct me if I'm wrong, Mr. White, he doesn't see a thing here. It goes, paging, are you there? And then he waves at me. So this message, you can undo the delete. You can delete any one of your messages. Oh, Mr. White's typing, so such a hassle. So there's the delete. That's on the ellipses on my messages. So he can't, I don't think let me see if I can delete his. Nope. Oh, nope, I can't delete his. I can only delete mine.
Anna, can you show us a little demonstration of what Immersive Reader will do?
Sure.
I know you said you mentioned that in a previous PD session, but that would be awesome.
Let me see. I think Brandy typed, here we go. Okay, so I want to see what this thing says for Musselman. So if I come here and go Immersive Reader, it will read aloud Brandy's message to me. There's a play button down here. Oh, this is a Microsoft product, so it opens seamlessly. I've got my play button back here. I can change my text preferences, bigger, smaller, spacing, whatever typeface works if I want a dark background. So the A at the top gives you some information. The play button is what I want to hear. Uh-oh, you might not be able to hear it. I can hear it in my headphones. So it's just reading. It did say Musselman.
In case this comes up for somebody else, we did just learn that when you are about to share your screen, right above that desktop icon that you showed, there's a tiny little box where it says include system audio. So I'm not about to ask you to sign out and share it again, but that is where you can include your system audio.
Gotcha. So when I did that, it said, Musselman, you are knocking this out of the park. That's exactly what she sounded like. So you click on the 3, you come down here for Immersive Reader, and it will read this out loud to you. And kids have this as well because it's part of the Microsoft suite. So I've deleted this. Mr. White's picking up my question. I deleted this. He doesn't see anything. His 3 messages are all stacked for him with none of the notification that I've deleted it.
Anna, I have one more favor to ask.
Sure.
You were so close, and I was so excited to see it, and I want you to share it again. Can you return to the Immersive Reader screen for me?
Certainly.
Thank you. So obviously we can see that it's in English. Click on that dictionary book type icon.
Yep, changing the
on choose a language.
I wonder if I'd take off my heads. No, I don't want it in Afrikaans. Let's have French. I love French. Okay, so I'm going to
choose document. The entire page will turn, or it should.
Vous avez raison. Je ne le vois. You are right.
I'm so glad you speak French.
That's why I chose it. I was not going to choose anything else. So yes, it would read it, and I'm going to just say it exactly like she does. White Tyron, Gap teacher le mercredi. And then she says, Vous avez raison. Je ne le vois plus.
Wow, that's awesome. Thank you so much for that.
that made my whole day. Okay. Shelley, do you have, oh, sorry, producer, go ahead.
You're good, Anna. I think as long as we've answered all the Q&As. I think that we'll come on and announce the winner for today, but we have no new questions, and we've actually closed the Q&A for today. So, Ms. Bostic,
Awesome.
if you are ready.
Yeah, so great job, Anna. We're so glad you were our
Thank you.
featured presenter today, and thanks to Lisa West for being the co-presenter. I have already downloaded the sheet that tells me all of our participants today. We had 549, so I've got a spreadsheet in front of me. Pick a lucky number between 1 and 549, and that's our winner today.
Me? I get to?
You get to.
422.
Okay.
That was fun. I'm sorry. Number 1.
Usually I
422.
just do a random number generator, but this is more fun if you do it. Okay. And the person on row 422 is Brittany Tanton. Brittany
You're
Tanton
welcome,
is
Brittany.
yeah, she's our winner today. So she'll be getting a $10 gift card to Amazon. Thanks to everyone for participating in our session. Remember, if you missed any of this, it's always recorded. Thanks to Patrick Dunn. He'll be posting it over on DD2 Online PD. Check the general post, and you'll see that video is always linked under each of the sessions that we're providing. In addition, at the very top of that DD2 Online PD, you can also check out the stream, and that will give you a recording of every one that we offer if you just want to look at them that way as well. Currently, we don't have a way to provide credit for those of you who only check them out afterwards, but we are working on that for the future. We're also getting ready to roll out some additional PD opportunities to not just once a day, but even more opportunities for you. So thanks again to the DD2 Live PD team. That's it for today. We'll see you tomorrow. What's our featured presentation tomorrow?
Oh, I think I actually have that up. Oh, there it is. Hang on, I'm flying. I think it's Forms Advanced, because I think I was chatting with, yep, it's Advanced Features, nope. Basics, creating a quiz, and that's going to be with Ms. Rossi.
Ooh, that's going to be a good one. So
Mhm.
classroom teachers, if you want to know how do you create a quiz, how do you get those scores, how do those things all work with your grade book and all that great stuff, be sure to tune in again tomorrow at 3 o'clock. All right, everybody. See you tomorrow.
Thanks, everybody.